And we're live at 5:30/7:30 Central from the Piranha Pond. What's up, everybody out in digital land? I want to welcome you guys to the Piranha Pond Streamcast. I am your illustrious host, Kingfish Mac, joined by my brother from another mother, Mr. Frankie Nunn Flyer. What's up with you, baby boy?
Woohoo! What up, world? We in this building. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening, man.
Yes, definitely. And just in case y'all thought this wasn't the pond and that we was going solo too low, we will be joined momentarily by Mr. Nick Nass and Miss Nick Mo. Uh, both of them are kind of caught up right now, but they're going to jump in as soon as they can.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. Yeah, man. It was a trip when we was talking podcast that we did Thursday, and we were talking about uh, relationship shits or whatever as a result of some of the backlash from the Monique and DL Hughley shit. And we were looking at cocktails with the queens. I said something about Claudia Jordan, and then we all kind of laughed about this dude. Apparently, Claudia, who is 49, is in a relationship with a guy who is considerably younger. He's estimated to be from between 30 and 40 years old. The fuck, right? In any event, he's significantly younger than her. And for whatever reason, they chose to go on this couples retreat, season two,
Mhm.
and try to work on their relationship. Uh, I think in the latest episode, they were doing a therapy session with AJ Johnson, and she asked him, was he attracted to her? And he said no, he wasn't. Right? It kind of blew me away.
Mm.
Um, Apparently, it's more stuff that goes along with it. But what kind of struck me at the time was that for her to be in a position, it looked as though she was totally thrown off by the knowledge that she was no longer physically attractive to this cat for whatever reasons, right? And so I thought it would be kind of interesting for us to kind of jump in to the conversation and kind of figure out, is there ever a time when we realize that we just ain't doing it for our partner, or when our partner is just not doing it for us? This is why you're still in the relationship, not after you shook the person or whatever, right?
Right.
What you think, bro?
Well, I mean, I see. This is kind of crazy for me because I have I love pussy. Me and pussy have a deep, long running. I fuck with pussy the long way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I couldn't possibly see not being attracted to a woman in general. So I've been married to my wife for 9 years. So and I was on it. So I don't really know. I don't know how that. I don't know. I haven't ran across that yet. In my experiences in my ever so humble ass life, I haven't been with a person so long to I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I just haven't ran into it. Although I believe it possible, I just haven't experienced that yet.
Well, I think that I don't think, I know that I've been in scenarios where it's all good at the beginning, especially when I first meet a chick, whatever it is about her that's fascinating enough for me to want to kind of, explore, even if it's on some just, you know, hunt and conquer shit, right? Um, but then when you stick around, it's not that you become physically less attractive. I've never had that happen where, like, a woman just lost her shape or some shit like that. It affected me where I was like, oh shit, you disgusting. I don't want to fuck with you now. But what happens for me, or what has happened for me, is that that person's personality becomes kind of fucking grating. It's like fucking fingernails on a chalkboard type of shit. And it's almost like, damn, I don't even want to really be around this. I wish this motherfucker would just give me my space. So even when when it's time to get one off or whatever, then the shit is almost like a job, right? It's like, man, I don't even really like this motherfucker like that, right? And I'm one of them niggas that I did a lot of time and shit, man, and I had an opportunity to learn how to control my sexual fucking impulses, not be controlled, by my desire to bust a nut type of shit, right? So it's a lot easier for me to be like, man, fuck that. But um, I know a whole lot of guys who just really is not really just attracted to the chick anymore for whatever reasons and still hit because they feel like it's their responsibility. Like if I don't stab, somebody else is, and I can't have nobody mixing up in my pudding.
Well, I mean, only in times when motherfuckers have said that I've been like, I don't want to be bothered by her and shit like that, but it was never a lack of attraction, just a lack of not wanting to deal with that broad. You know what I'm saying? At that particular time and place, but never a lack of attraction. You know what I mean?
What about you, Nick?
That it all comes in perspective because if you really dig at somebody, and the main goal always is to not try to change the other person. So when you come into a union together or interested in somebody, that maybe it might be the old ways or what they call not in these modern times, that is a certain time you have to separate and be yourself. If that don't get put into the mix about self confidence, am I alone? Am I you're not paying enough attention to me? That's the part where it becomes a discussion because now you're not looking to get ahead. You're looking at how I look in public, how I feel in the, around you. How do you make me feel when the first and foremost thing is, am I comfortable to be dealt with? You know what I'm saying? So everything else goes out the window.
So
You know what I'm saying?
what you probably missed the question. So what the question was, um, is there ever a time when you are no longer attracted to the person that you're in a relationship with, or how do you know when that person is no longer physically or whatever attracted to you in the
because
relationship?
because everything becomes an argument. Everything becomes a dislike. So what we know of or what we taught ourselves is when something is distasteful, disdains, not going our way, we look for issues about it to separate. The point I was getting to before, because that is the part. Like, where do you gauge your relationship at? And are you scared of the discipline when you let the other person know that something has to be relevant? Like they used to say in the country, you actually um, put stuff to use, and everything got to go back in the box. Then you got to unpack it after that. So when it comes to relationships, right, or the lack of, you have to have the forthright to say that it's going to the left. If you don't have that ability, facing criticism or the discipline part is like either you can't touch me, I don't like you, just stay, whatever you imagine in your head to dehumanize the relationship. That's when it will come. Period. And I don't think people actually wrap their mind around that scenario. Because what it says, cheaper to keep them, I could do worse somewhere else, or is the grass green on the other side? Because all it takes is a conversation in a person's choice if they want to deal with you that day. Then you got a better burden or whatever the outcome is. Or I'm not making am I all over the place right now? I'm not making no
Yeah,
sense.
I'm not kind of not following you in terms of what the question is. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
But do the other world understand what I'm saying? The digital world understand what I'm saying?
Probably
No,
not.
nigga, I'm
Probably
saying,
not.
nigga, are you talking about what we talking about? Are you talking about, something more abstract in terms of, just, getting along in a relationship? That's not what we're talking about. We talking about, okay, so it was a talk show. I mean, it was a program that came on. Claudia Jordan, who was 49, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's still beautiful, as far as we're concerned, right? She's almost 50. She fucks with a dude who's between 30 and 40. So 10 to 20 years her junior, right? And during a counseling session on the couples retreat, the counselor, who's famous too, AJ Johnson, asked him, Are you physically attracted to Claudia? And he had to think about it. And then he said, No. And she was shocked. So the question is, I guess more importantly, do you know when you are no longer attracted or no longer attractive to the person that you're still in the relationship with? Because I think that what happens is a lot of times, especially we think of it in terms of women, right? We think of it in terms of a woman has grown unhappy, right? Unhappy in the relationship for whatever reasons. And now the husband, the boyfriend, the significant other is no longer sexually attractive to her. She has to get herself in a particular place in order to perform, to have sex with him. And, when we talk about that shit or when we hear women talk about it, it's completely understandable because we think of men as being, motherfuckers
Always
that,
had their phones on.
yeah,
Okay.
that's Bear calling me. I know the nigga got to be looking. Um, it's crazy. Um,
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and this is what I say. When you actually go and watch these shows, does it mimic what's in the regular everyday household? And yes, you're right that it's a person's character to willing to accept whether they are or not, and what work are they putting on to actually communicate with the other person? Because when you present it to me like that, it's like she has no idea whether she caught up in her career, or whatever. She didn't talk to this dude. Like really, like on it, like every day. So something was missing, and
well,
that's
But
understandable.
I, I,
the
I
question
would,
was, how do you know? Or
yeah,
if you know.
how would she know? How would she
Yeah.
have known?
Or
How should she have known? Because I think what happened in their scenario is that they were both um, they recognized that they both had problems and obstacles that they had to overcome in the relationship. But I think that her, from being mature and probably having gone through a few different romances or whatever, and having had those situations in, I think that she recognized the significance in kind of working past some of the harder shits. Whereas him, as a young motherfucker and successful as fuck, right? In his own
Hmm.
right, handsome, rich, you know what I'm saying? Well fucking known and successful in his industry, enough to knock her, right? And for whatever reasons, while she's thinking that they are working through shit, he's simply becoming less and less attracted to her. And because he's still in the relationship, she had no fucking idea. She's just thinking, well, whatever rough spots we have is just a rough spot. So if this nigga is on some, I don't want to fuck you because I got a headache shit, or, he got a fucking attitude or whatever, then she could just kind of, kind of attribute that to the fact that, Okay, yeah, we going through some shit. He in his fucking feelings right now. I don't want to give a bitch no dick. Fuck him. I don't need no dick. What she's not realizing at the time is that maybe because they not dealing with whatever they're dealing with, and she's going right to the sex shit, he's looking at it like, damn, bitch, I'm just a boy toy. Now it's a job. Now I don't
Yeah.
want to do this. You feel what I'm saying? It's that kind of shit, right? And I'm talking about the mentality behind those type of things and shit, right? Where we are totally oblivious because you still in the relationship. So your perspective ain't never changed. If you the motherfucker who was becoming less attractive to your
Mm-hmm.
partner, your perspective has never changed because your partner is still attractive to you. But you're
Mm-hmm.
not realizing that whatever problems is going on is now, mind you, I'm just talking about external shit in a relationship, right? I ain't even talked about no physical shit. I mean, because you could have possibly been, the fucking knight in shining armor, fucking football, fucking player, physique, whatever the fuck, and then just let yourself go. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking don't want to do shit and fucking don't want to take a shower. You stink. You know what I'm saying? You got fucking crumbs in your beard and some more shit. Now you want her to come suck on this motherfucker, push your big ass stomach up and suck. Nah. You know what I'm saying? It could be that. But I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
this in terms of even in that scenario, you gotta know
Yeah.
that when it's time for her to get down on her knees and shit, she got that look on. You gotta catch that look at least once.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
yeah, and that's the part where I said with people, and when we actually looked at it, and congratulations to them because they did actually sign up for the counseling thing on TV. You know what I'm saying? So it's a start. You know what I'm saying? So if that was a platform for them to get their issues out,
I
but
think so.
going back to what you said, right, Mac, a while ago, just like that is, do the woman actually listen to the man too? And all the signs, it might be very distinctive signs, but you caught up with your name and who you are, and that is the part where I see that, overall, when I'm actually have time to sit back and look and assess things without being caught up in my regular life. This is the one of the relationship, what you want to call clauses, is do we sit down throughout our busy day and actually communicate
There you
the
go.
things that are relatable, you know?
Communication.
And what I'm saying, people take that lightly
This
because
nigga Peanut stupid. Nigga said he gonna catch the look and still whip out.
Huh.
you know what I'm
Fuck it. Hey, because that's what you're here for.
saying? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
funny.
And it's a thing, and I like how we be talking about these certain situations because it is a thing that makes a break a person. So the character, what you perceive that you are in a relationship, what you lack in a relationship, and are you able to stomach when somebody bring it to your attention, or is it, you know what I'm saying, a
So
blow up, like
I
all
think
the way
nine
to the
times
left?
I think 9 times out of 10 we'll never know because we be so caught up in bullshit that we be on. That's why communication is so important because if you doing somebody wrong or somebody feeling some type of way about you doing whatever it is you're doing, that's irritating the fuck out of them or whatever. They should go ahead and let that be known so y'all could possibly work it out or learn to live with that shit. I don't know. But yeah, if you don't know, if she ain't telling you, if you ain't the type of motherfucker that's picking up on those subtle hints of reading minds and all that shit, communication is key, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? Let me know.
Yeah,
Let me
you
know.
know, and, and we adjust ourselves from day to day because it's never no break in life. You got time to sit back and reflect, but life shell goes on. Period. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's with you, without you, but I
Let me
like it
ask
how.
let me ask a question a different way then. Let's say you're in a relationship with a woman long term, 10 years, 15 years, whatever. When you first met her, it was fucking spring love and shit, right? Fucking skipping on the beach holding hands bullshit, right? Flowers and meadows and all of that shit, right? Sex is fantastic. She's young, beautiful, vibrant, full of life and energy. And 15 years later, you're just not sexually attracted to her, right? For whatever reasons. But she's a good woman. It's a good wife, good provider. I mean, a good nurturer. You know, she's a good mother. You know, all those other boxes. But you just, for whatever is in your psyche, right? You just no longer. You really don't want to fucking knock her back. You want to be there with her, right? You don't want to break up. You don't want to um, divorce and break up your family and your household. You enjoy your household. You are in love, but you're just not sexually attracted to her. How do you work that out?
The thing is, how you work that out is going back to what I said. That is communication. Now, if your relationship, because first of all, let's just go back and take it off of my personal opinion is this is the part. If that's what it's based on, you know what I'm saying? It's superficial. You know what I'm saying? Because it could even take nature, where something is dysfunctional in it, chemical imbalance, whatever you want to call it, right? But the core of the person and the spirit behind the person is still there. So if I always base my uh, relationship on the physical action, right?
That's not what we said.
No,
We
no,
actually said the exact opposite.
no. This is what I'm saying. But the thing is, right, with people that haven't learned about themselves and grow about themselves, they can have this adult conversation, especially if you're over 25
Like,
years
I'm
old.
asking you, what is that conversation, bro? Like, don't talk in circles. Like, you don't want to fuck her no more, but you love her and you don't want to be without her. Now, communicate that, nigga.
The communication part of that is like, look, whatever is going on with my feelings, my personal feelings, why I'm not attracted to you no more, this is the part that's going to make or break us. Right now, we can still conduct ourselves as we've been going because nothing changed till it came up. This question came up where the lack of whatever, attention, physical touch, whatever. But does that,
Well, it's gonna come up because she gonna bring it up because she notices,
you know, and that
and
is
she
the
ain't gonna
part
bring it
where,
up on no shit like, it's a problem. She gonna bring it up like, what's going on? It just don't seem like you into me, or do you don't like me? You don't like the way I look? Do I turn you on? And some things you just can't fake.
Right.
yeah, and that's been going on since high school or whatever because that is the culture way of trying to solve problems or acceptance. You know what I'm saying? So it could, like you said, it could still go out of the box where you're like, well, I'm not paying no never mind, and just backdoor some stuff. But if you actually communicate and say, look, that this job is not yours no more. I'm not not it's an asset or a liability. But to fit my needs, I need you to understand that nothing's gonna change. And I have to have my shit in order too, because if I have to take care of that house and the other person's house that I'm continue to have sexual relationships with, that's what's on the table. Now, you could do the same thing I do. You know what I'm saying? So we both are letting the other people know, your sexual partner, whatever. I'm like, introduce the whole thing. Your house
So
is
so
separate.
basically, the answer is that you just turn it into an open relationship.
No, it's never an open relationship.
It is.
It's a
That's
financial
exactly what you
relationship.
fucking just. That's exactly what you described.
See,
What the
at that
if
point,
you want to
yeah,
define it that way?
that would be the
Yeah,
first
what you
goal.
mean? If I wanted to, nigga, that's what an open relationship is. What you mean, nigga?
For a nigga
You
who's
do
not
you. I'ma do me. We come back and meet in the middle, and
Yeah,
I don't ask you no questions about your August Alcina, and you don't ask no
yeah,
questions about my
yeah,
whoever the
Dwayne,
fuck that was.
whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
would be first step. That would be, especially if you're still in a relationship and you in love and you really don't. It's just like I don't know how you would, especially if she asking you. I don't know how you would not bring that up. Like, well, look, man, I don't know what the fuck it
Some
is.
people they in
And I
denial
don't know
about
why
that
the
too,
fuck it
Frank.
is, but it ain't you. You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
tell
So I
you. I'll
mean,
tell you. I'll
you know what
tell
I
you
mean?
why. I could. I know exactly why a motherfucker wouldn't want to have that conversation because you still love the woman, and no matter how the fuck you try to communicate that to her, it's
She
gonna
ain't gonna
hurt her.
understand that
She's
shit.
gonna
Yeah.
take that shit fucking personally. She's gonna make that shit about her. No matter
Yeah.
how much you say, baby, it ain't you, it's me. She heard that shit
Mm-hmm.
in the movie just like us, nigga.
Mm-hmm. Three
She ain't
times.
going for that shit. What's up, Relish?
What it do?
Relish.
Really rare. All the boys is in this bitch.
All
Good
my
looking,
boys is
baby.
in this
You know
bitch.
what I'm
Yes,
saying?
Yeah.
sir.
What up, bro?
Shout out to the support
Support the
team.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's
But
go.
the like you said, because when the gloves come off like that, you have to have the unique, distinct communication skills to actually, communicate that part, to be articulate about it, because it's gonna be, like you said, feelings. And don't forget, the dude got feelings too, but it gets overlooked.
Well, yeah, and I was
I,
gonna say that I think in that scenario, right? Um, I know in that scenario what happens is the nigga. That's one of those lies that you tell. When a nigga says that he don't lie, that's one of
Mm-hmm.
them lies that you tell. When she
Yeah.
says, damn, what, you not attracted to me no more? You what? I don't turn you on. The first thing a nigga says, what the fuck are you talking about? Where the fuck that shit come from? Because you don't even want to have that conversation of trying to explain. Well, baby, it's not you, it's me. It's in my head. I've been with you for whoop whoop, and I'm a nigga that just needs to conquer new shit and make me feel like I'm working whoop whoop, and you right here, and I don't get that same feeling of accomplishment. When we have sex, it's beautiful and I love it or whatever, but it's not like I just went and knocked you in the club tonight and talked you out your panties. So it's a different thing. She ain't understanding that. Nigga, you sitting here listening to me because you understand exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And all my niggas in the fucking comments do too. Chick, she ain't understanding that shit, nigga, at all. All she
No.
heard was, I ain't good enough.
And that's a self-esteem problem with the
I'm
woman.
too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm too light. I'm too dark. I'm too something that this nigga don't like.
but see, at that point though, right? When especially if she's noticing the shit, I mean, how long you gonna run from that shit at that point though? You know what I mean? Especially if she's bringing it up. It's different than if you try to have a conversation with her, like, baby, you know what, man, I've been thinking about. I don't know if you've been checking me out, but I ain't been really, on you like that, man. I think we need to have a conversation. See, it's different if you come at a bitch like that. A nigga ain't gonna come at a motherfucker like that because it's gonna all the time blow up. But if she bringing it up to you, I mean, especially if you really feeling that way, you better take that opportunity, nigga. Shoot,
Look,
nigga.
that's when a
Shoot,
nigga,
nigga.
that's when a nigga called my ass at 10 o'clock at night to
You know
ask
what I'm
me about
saying?
another old nigga. Hey man, you think the homie got some blue diamonds? Nigga, I don't know, nigga. What the
Nothing
fuck?
about that.
But I
You
mean,
know what I'm
I
saying?
can
Like,
understand her,
nah,
especially
no,
thinking
man. I'm just
about,
not, I just need to get him right. I don't know what's been
Nah, I
going
don't.
on, nigga.
you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Especially if
bro.
you really been feeling that way and she been saying it, but you know she ain't gonna say nothing to you because she figured you go blow up and she ask you, then you better shoot that shot. Cause I think the conversation would be the way you saying in terms of her, all I hear is I'm not good enough if you went to her with that shit. You know what I'm saying? It may go that way either way. I'm just saying, women, right? But I think you got better action at shooting the shot when she asks you because she know you know.
Nigga, I didn't had a chick hint around about a threesome. And I tell a motherfucker, you know what, man? Y'all know what my favorite line about that shit is. I done had 50 of them bitches. I'm tired. I done had 50 of them and I'm over 50. I'm tired. That shit don't fucking, I'm cool. And what that turned into was I don't want to have a threesome with her.
With her.
Right,
Exactly.
Like
You
the
know what I'm
threesome
saying?
is still on the table. As long as
right.
it's some two different bitches,
Yeah,
right?
just
And I'm
completely
like,
wasn't hearing you at all.
oh man.
But I
But the
mean,
thing is,
again, at least she asked and you shot your
but
shot. She heard it wrong, and I feel that. But I think if she asking you, shoot, nigga, shoot, let it go, because she may be in the mode because she know. It ain't no telling. She
Frank,
may be asking you because she got another dude on the side. It ain't no telling. So if she asking you, you know she know. Shoot that shit, nigga. Give her what she
Frank,
want.
Frank. You know what I'm saying? That is that is it's like Max said, it's an appetite for destruction because they actually have to pick the scenario. They have to be comfortable with the person. I just can't go out and say, oh, this is my new boo because I'm not attracted to you and I bring her home and whatever, right? Because that is another part of like that you're gonna have to manage two emotional relationships. You know what I'm saying? Can you afford to do that? And some dudes want to sign up for it. Think it's like it's all peachy keen, it's all good all the time. It's only going to be 2 or 3 hours at the most. But like you said, with all the stuff I have to fit into that part, because it could be one different look. You could be eyeballing it too much, looking at something else, a hand movie, and it's a destructive pattern in the house.
Anything could go wrong, or everything could go right. It's a toss
You know what I'm
up.
saying?
Man,
But it's never gonna go right.
I
It's
mean,
never gonna go
man,
right.
no.
It could be an excitement moment,
We are
but
in
what
the
is the
realm of
after
all
effect?
things possible. You know what I'm saying?
but
You might
but
stumble
look,
upon that golden goose, that everything is just harmonious and it's you and her and y'all and us and we and us and you
Not the
and me.
unicorn.
It's a beautiful, you know. So yeah, you might stumble
yeah,
upon that
yeah.
joint. You don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking unicorn.
So the thing is, and I like how Mac, because Mac is, like you said, Frank, he's the oak, right? Because he will push your thoughts to the limit, right? So just be all the way open with it. It's like if you're not in that as far as managing a relationship, and not an intricate, like down to how you look, how you walk, what you do, because she might just in her head might think that you look good in some speedos or something, but I am not never wearing that. You know what I'm saying? To like this is the thing that they go into in developing race relationship
Would
things,
you
man.
know? Would you know if your girl had a fucking fetish? We just gonna say for fucking black ass niggas in speedos, right? And she didn't fucking, she know you a gangster, so she ain't just gonna get at you like, nigga, I want you to wear panties or some shit like that. But she
Stop it, man. Your imagination running wild right now.
but she done made a joke or two about niggas in speedos being sexy, and you still coming in this motherfucker with the boxes and shit, right? And the long ass swim trunks and shit, right? When it's time to, nigga, you got on whole Bermudas when it's time to get in the hot tub and some more shit. It's just you and her there, right? And a wife beater, right? And so, nigga, that's just you. How long does it take for you to understand that this is really what is attractive to her and you ain't it, nigga? You could be it, but you got to choose to be it. You got to consciously choose to be what she likes.
I
I'm gonna
do it
be
every now and
everything she
then.
need, not everything she want.
I do it every
You know
now
what
and
I'm
then. Like I wouldn't even front. I wouldn't do that shit like all every day, all day. But then you catch me, every quarter.
saying?
I give it to her, 3 times a year. I bounce around with the elephant trunks of the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying?
Keep it fresh, fly.
Cheetah print or some shit. No, I mean, if
It's a
that's what she
thing.
on, you know what I'm saying? Because if I'm on some shit and I expect her, you know what I'm saying, give me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't need it all at this goddamn time, but I mean, we got to indulge in this goddamn it. But I mean, if you in a partnership like that, I mean, fuck it, why not? It ain't like
Do we acknowledge, or are we able to acknowledge when a woman says some slick shit like, uh, this is funny as fuck to me too, right? This motherfucker say, "Why you don't ride your bike no more?"
mm.
Stop it.
Oh, I know what that means. That would have flew right over my head if I was talking to a phone. Like, what do you mean? I got a car.
No, but y'all know I used to ride. My
The
bike is right
the
here. I'm
bike.
looking at it
Yeah,
right
I know
now
what
and
you.
shit, right?
That's why I
I don't
said,
ever,
oh,
I
I
don't
know the
ride
bike
it
you're
no
talking
more and
about.
shit.
Right.
But I used to post videos and everything on that motherfucker. Like, nigga, this is what I'm
Your
into.
stamina, huh?
I'm into my
Your
health
stamina.
and shit. But now I got the big old fucking dad belly and some more shit, right? Sticking out over my belt. And, I'm fucking trying to walk it off on the golf course like a real old man. And a motherfucker said some shit to me like, because that's actually what I said. Yeah, out here playing golf, getting my exercise on. Motherfucker said, why you don't ride your bike no more? Like, nigga, that shit ain't
Low
working.
key.
Like, I'd have been like baby steps, baby, baby steps. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We gonna get to it one day. Don't worry about it.
So
And
Mac, what
because I'm
is
playing golf, god damn it, that's why I don't ride the bike no more. Because I'm playing golf, god damn it. Found something else to
so
do.
Yeah, nigga, that shit ain't
so
working.
Mac, so Mac,
That
what is
bike
the
is the shit.
statistics? What is the statistics on uh in the in the in the culture that this percentage of people that have this issue with this discussion about Are they not brave enough? Are they articulate enough to actually let their partner know? I mean, not that what the union knows that something is it's time to pivot and move around if you want to be successful in sustaining life with me. Because um, myself personally, that's the thing that I look at. If I walk in the house and I have to have these discussions, but when I rise in the morning, in the you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the day, before I come home fighting this world, that what hasn't been taken care of with you in the household, you know, because the other thing is that they run to somebody like I like how you said it, that they'll if they can you say, well, you know what, you're not performing like I thought you was performing, and Raymond around the corner is doing the same thing. Well, tell Raymond, is he okay
Man,
to take care of you?
go find that nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Around the corner, and it's not going to involve in the house, because remember the one time that you put up the picture where it was like the girl and the guy, and the guy standing over holding her slippers. Like, can you be the man in the room in that scenario? But you never actually need to see it. It don't never actually have to enter your house. And Kent, what's the percentage of that scenario actually working?
I don't know. All I can say is this, right quick. Take advantage of the opportunities they give you. Vice versa, if it's a man or woman, woman or man, because I'm telling you, they're giving them to you for a reason. Quit being bitches about it. Rip the motherfucking band-aid off and let them know. If they asking, let them know. Let them know.
Um, in terms of the statistics, I have no fucking idea.
Right.
Um, right, but I don't think that it matters. I think that why I say it doesn't matter is because of the exact uh, the way that we are arguing the position. We men, and we all are arguing various forms of fixing the problem. Right? I'm not attractive to my chick, or I'm not attracted by my chick. Let me talk to her and explain to her why and fix it. My chick's not attracted to me. Let me fucking do some sit ups, some shit, or fucking, do something to fix it, right? But I think that if Shell was here, and maybe I'm just assuming, but I think that maybe black women, when they get to the point where I was attracted to you, nigga, and now I'm not, you pretty much done. That don't come back.
I can dig that. I
You
can
feel
dig
what I'm
that too.
saying?
Yeah.
I can dig that too.
Yeah, because at that point you satisfying her
Because at
her
that point, it's
perception
past
what the
physical.
relationship is.
At that
Right.
point, it's past physical, my nigga. It's past
You know what I'm
physical.
saying?
Ain't nothing you
And
can do at that point.
and you know what I'm saying? I've been faced with that too. And I'm like, okay, well, I know, thank you for letting me know. I know we could actually separate or dismantle this, whatever it is. But I'm never, as a man, gonna say, well, can you keep the line open? Because maybe if we get this past this point, or I'm missing, that it'll get better with time. Hell no. It's just over with, because you first of all, y'all both have to be accessible to whatever the truth is behind everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to kick it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the point where I say, hey, well, you need to strictly work on this for me to function with you. If it don't cost me my
Hey,
life,
Akilala.
you
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
auntie.
If it don't cost me my
Auntie.
life, I don't have to go to prison or whatever, but I'm not going to kill myself over if somebody is physically or visually attracted to me. Because at the core, I'm just saying, as an individual, that's how it is going to be in the beginning. Let me know at any time that you have a change of thought, you know, say, or whatever's about me. If I'm not working on myself and I let myself slip away, you know what I'm saying? That's between me and God. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna eat myself to death, drink myself to death, but if I'm really, don't even put it where, oh, you don't care about me because you're not trying to fix it. No. How about if you don't ask me what's going on in my life that's bringing it to your attention? Because either one or two things, as a I don't want to try to differentiate between the two. As a woman, you're gonna do it to get attention. It's like, well, is he recognizing what's going on with me? How far he gonna let it go before he tells me something, or the vice versa with a man? It's like, how much she's gonna keep on running from this conversation if I don't hurt her feelings, and like that, vice versa too. So you actually have to have that straight up. You in the car, I'm not gonna say, well, you had a bad day. No, we talk about this shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody is captive. And I call it, I'll go back and I'll push the line and say that's slave mentality, right? How much do I have to exert myself to make you feel comfortable with your self-esteem or whatever? And are you brave enough to separate when it's time to separate? You know what I'm saying? Like
I think
that
I
is the
think
thing. Cause it comes to the death of everything else. You can't never do nothing right. You feel alone in the room when somebody else is there because you cannot get your point across. Because that is I like what you said. That's the main fucking answer that they give. And it's the lie con. Well, if I can't do it, well, fuck it. Get out the door. Go find somebody else to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a trauma bond right there. Because after they go out and say, oh, you know, all the full circle, now I still come back to you. It's like, I don't know why I went out there. It was worse out there than I thought it was. Worse with here. Like, yeah, okay. You open yourself up to the public.
yeah. See, I look at it a little different. I think that in terms of the attractiveness of your partner, right? Um, first, we have to assume, right, that you were attracted, or else, it's not going to be your partner, right? Like, like it's a whole lot of shit that physically, sexually, socially, whatever else attracts you, to this person, right? And then at some point, that is lost, right? And I think that that is a gradual loss. I don't think that it's something like a motherfucker just do one thing. Well, it could be some one thing, like you see a motherfucker treat her kids fucked up or some shit like that. I'm done. Like,
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
We had that
I don't play
before.
that shit at all. Yeah, really. Like, yeah, you
Mm.
fucking throwing a fucking sheet on the floor and grabbing a handful of French fries out of Nick's fucking fish plate and throw them on the sheet for your baby. You got to get the fuck up out of here. Is what you got to do.
Why? Stay on point, Mac. Stay on
That's what
point.
you.
Stay on point, baby.
Yeah. I just got triggered. My bad. Uh, I think that. I think this nigga stupid.
I'm not
And
really going
that opinion does reflect the opinions of everybody on the Piranha Bar at that particular
Fucking
moment.
right.
You know
Ain't
what
no
I'm
alleged or none of that.
saying?
No, don't
Anyway,
let you. And the thing is, right? Just to kick this, and since you brought it up, just to kick it around real dudes to try to find yourself attractive. But that was the most unattractive disbarment or whatever. Where it's like now it's come. And we don't abuse people, but it's like, okay, well, you're gonna be the same around here. You know what I'm saying? And that was the one part. Go ahead, man. Yeah,
so
that's
so when it comes down to you in a relationship and you become unattractive or your partner becomes unattractive to you, then I believe that that is the beginning of the end, right? I don't think there's no coming back from that type of shit
no.
on one level or the other. So what I think is do is fucking proactive measures. Like, we always talk that shit about keep your head on the swivel and some more shit when you're out in these streets, this, that, and the third, but we don't pay the same kind of attention to the relationship that we having with the person we trying to spend the rest of our lives with. We're not seeing the signs and recognizing shit, anticipating different things and heading that shit off and, paying attention to shit when we see that it's a change in the behavior of the chick. And you feel what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
if
All the
if
way
if
facts.
if it's a whole bunch of shit that's gonna happen before my woman falls out of love with me, that I'm gonna be able to go back and say, damn, that's what that meant. You feel what I'm saying? Where she gave me some indication, whether it was cracking a joke. Damn, nigga, you just gonna sit on the couch all your fucking life? What the fuck? Is them niggas on that game? Is they giving you head like I'm giving you head, nigga? Shit like that where I might laugh it off and damn, why you always gotta be fucking with me? And it's just another obstacle to conquer or to get past in the moment, not realizing that this is a bigger issue that I need to address and chop this shit off right here, whether it's by me changing my behavior or addressing hers, right? Before it gets to the look, motherfucker, you know that shit you doing is very unattractive, and I don't even want you up around me. Why you all get off of me? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get to the
Don't
there,
touch me.
and you don't have to get to the there, but it all comes, I think, being the only unmarried, never been married motherfucker on the whole fucking panel. I believe that that is how you maintain your attractiveness to and for your partner is by preemptive measures.
Period.
Yeah,
You're so correct.
this is exactly what I was saying earlier, Auntie.
Hmm. And and that is the part where I think in these modern times, right, a lot of people are so caught up in their fake life or their life on the internet or whatever. I'm not just in that they don't actually hear the tone of the person or see them in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Because
It's the
you
me
know what I'm
one
saying?
era,
Yeah,
To me
so
first,
85.
nigga.
me
Yeah.
first era. God damn
You
it!
know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So that's when the breakup comes over the text message. Like, yeah, I didn't picked up and moved, but you had no idea and the house is just empty. You know what I'm saying? And I move over to Bartholomew's house. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? So good luck with it. But, it could, and it's like, I really believe it's a non-avoidable situation that plagues society right now because they don't even change their mentality about how they approach this situation without getting their ego hurt, without getting slighted, or you have the ego. It's like, well, it's 100 more behind you that's a little bit prettier than you. Now here comes the hating grammar, the girlfriend boyfriend pimping. You know what I'm saying? Because what is it? Do you call me in the late night and say that I went to the club, I'm a little faded, come pick me up because the other guy met the other guy, or vice versa? Because a dude would never call a girl and say, I don't know, she tripping. Oh, maybe they will. Maybe because I'm not in that life. Oh, she tripping. I can't stand it. She pushed me to the end and I destroyed Lander, allegedly.
I,
You
I
know what I'm
think
saying? It's like,
I think it's paying attention is hella important because women are not direct. They will give you all the subtlety that you need to have in order to puzzle this shit up at the end and figure out, oh yeah, that's what I did wrong. So yeah, you got the man. That's yeah. It's like living a game of Risk. You gotta strategically know what's happening. You gotta preempt or playing chess
and
just
maybe, and
constantly.
And then the funny shit about it is that you have to do it in a way that is not obvious, or else you
Right,
become the fuck boy, right? You
right.
just telling me what I want to hear to get what you want, as opposed to no, I'm just fucking trying to do what you say you want, so I don't have to choke your motherfucking ass.
but I
Man,
Staying
guess,
away from these penitentiary areas, nigga.
but
yeah,
I guess I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like you brought to my attention the other day. Maybe I'm just, well, Matt used to call me a bully because I just push. That's how you feel? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? But I always conducted myself as like, hey, after this 20-minute, I'm not going to argue with you. After this 20-minute uh, conversation, and not long talk my way around it to try to soften the blow when I'm actually saying, but you're actually missing it. I think that's one thing that is prohibiting me in these days to actually union with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, you, you don't say that much when it comes personally. Or they say I long talk, where I would long talk around it because when I say something, I actually mean it. So at that moment, right in front of my face, it's like, okay, I peeped your character. I'm never trying to demean you or dehumanize you, but look, you might want to take some time and sit there and think about how you're going to conduct yourself with me. Now, I would accommodate you on everything from the mud all the way to the sky. You know what I'm saying? And that is the part where people don't understand because it's like, well, if you don't let me, what am I fighting for? We don't have to fight for anything. I'm willingly giving you my time and my space and my thoughts and how I actually feel. Now, I have to walk on eggshells because you was traumatized from adolescence to your adulthood and you 30 years old, 32
But
years old. You know what I'm
at
saying? Do
that
I
point,
still got
though,
to come
bro,
and, and
it,
fix it? Or we're going to keep it moving because
at
I
that
don't have to
point,
be.
at that point, though, bro, if you done did everything you could do to make sure it ain't you, then you got to go on here and let her be her because you ain't what she ain't the one, bro. Like, especially if
Yeah.
you accommodating everything and you make sure everything is straight, she's still finding problems or making problems, nigga, the hell. That's all the sign you need. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, because
When you just can't do nothing right, nah.
so because this what they demoralize you to is Nick Nash, you're just gonna fuck me and hurt my feelings. I already see it coming because I can't send it because you hard headed and what you don't take what I say in consideration or you tell take it serious. Like I seen it. I just in real life I didn't seen it uh, not your own personal day because it's you. I don't know how you feel at this moment, what you dealing with because we wasn't communicating on that part, or you thought that I wasn't taking you serious because my facial expression, my demeanor don't say that it actually hit me and affected me like you do. I'm like, you alive? We got water, we got food, the lights on. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? All that other shit is just a fucking want.
Bills all
Or
paid.
yeah,
I'm
or
saying
let's just like this. The thing is, right? Or you just that stressed out, like you actually use your emotions to cause stress, where you cause self misery. I'm not gonna be part of your self misery, and I said that from the gate. So you're not gonna call me 20 times and think that's gonna change. Or I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, because now I'm just saying what else is gonna come up with. And so I'm a real what you call that? That's my stick. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. It's like, no, be yourself. You owe it to yourself to be yourself. Anything
man,
after that, or in the vision of somebody else's relationship, or somebody else that you see an example, why we can't be more like that? Triggering word, why we can't be more like that? So this what you playing? I'm not a clown looking for a circus. Ain't no bottom and belly over this motherfucker. You're not gonna have me running around the ring like a cracking the whip and shit with like a tiger. You know what I'm saying? Where you can just put me back in the cage or try to keep me caged in your misery ass world.
she wants you to
No.
practice just in case y'all get to be like that one day.
You know what I'm saying? But the
No
thing
matter
is,
how
right?
miserable it make you, you got to go to practice every day. You got to wake up and be the nigga she wants you to be.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and my solid core is, you know what I'm saying, the universal God, and what he has me actually doing. Now, if you think that I make your life easier, because one day it's gonna make it where I'm making your life hard with the decisions you have to make and apply it to if you feel like you gotta come to me. I'm for sure who I am. Do I need to campaign to make sure who we are? You know what I'm saying? Because none of us the weakest link. You just don't
That,
put no thought
that
into
was
that part.
that was a jewel. You dropped that one though with the campaign. I see that with the we are. I got that. That was pretty dope. It was,
You know what I'm saying?
I was
So,
kind of dropped that one right there. I don't think I would have paid attention. I was listening. I was listening.
you know what I'm saying? And that is the part where, like Max said, and I had to accept it the other day, right? That my old way of thinking that I can't conform or pivot or making adjustments uh to facilitate a woman's feelings when there's so much in the world going on. Because like I even had to tell a couple of my friends, it's like, you know what I'm saying, I'd rather be viewed than followed. You can see me from a distance, but if you follow me, it's gonna be a misstep. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But if you keep on going on with your, like Max said, with your blinders on, who's there to pick up the pieces? Because we both in fucking like, oh, I didn't think about it. Like, well, yeah, I thought about it like that because you was on some fucked up ass fucking conversation shit that don't make no sense to me. And I'm trying to make sense of it at the same time I'm talking about it. That I'm rolling my blunt or pushing the car. It's like, and I look over at you like, really, motherfucker? That's what it really come down to. But I'm an asshole for not indulging into it. Like Bartholomew did around the corner. If you could get that from him, let that be. You go get all your plate full over there. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is what the universe designed me for. If we not having a family and building kids and you just use me for entertainment purposes, because I don't need all these, what you said, blue diamonds and honey rolls. And because I seen little dudes out here right now, 23 years old, you know what I'm saying, talking about some enhancements. And I'm like, what? Oh, gee, you know about that? I'm like, nah, dog. I don't have low T and ED and uh, ADD and PTSD and all the rest of that shit, nigga. I don't know what you have, and I don't have hot Cheetos. As you eating hot Cheetos and motherfucking yeah, no, we good.
I don't know nothing about no enhancements, but I do know that the enhanced conversation will fix a lot of shit. God damn it, that's
There
for
it
sure.
is. There.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
women are not direct, so you gotta you gotta find that frequency. You gotta tune that radio. You got to pay attention, man. That shit is it's true as shit.
you know what I'm saying, and that is the part where, like I said, this going and indulging into relationships and the toxicity and all this stuff, because yes, we want to have a better world for us, the black couple, but how long we're going to be burdened with the thing is like we never could get right. We can never be the example for society as this perfect power couple, the ones that's doing this, y'all both look good, whatever, because no, once upon a time I was all the Victoria's Secret, things or whatever, go shopping, they know my name when I go in, I come in, but you rather go to Walmart and buy the Tweety Bird in the fluffy slippers.
So
You know
so
what I'm saying?
so so so
Where the
what
money
did
at?
what did you get for you out of Victoria's Secret, my nigga?
Not a damn thing. Visually, if the
Yeah,
person
ain't it all for you?
I was just fucking. I mean, you
yeah,
got some silk boxes or something.
no, but the thing is, right, if that's the thing where you actually promote that in your relationship, and like you're right, man, as soon as you stop or fall off, or the size change, or there's like, well, I'm not into that no more, and you actually write down the thing, stop it. Who is the person behind that you are accommodating in these thoughts, or just keeping it fresh or keeping it live? You know what I'm saying? Because that's no different if I went out here and walked in the woods and got attacked by a bear. So I don't have this look no more. The bear that scratched me up, bit my neck, shoulder all bent. And she gonna say, this is not what I thought. And why was you out there with the bears and shit? And now I'm leaving you because when I show up with you, now you're deformed. Now you wait. And they got people out there that's like that too. You know what I'm saying? Or how you let your 1 tooth fall out, or like I like the one time you said, somebody's checking you, it's like, oh, you stand up, oh, that's my woman or whatever, but not knowing she been texting them when they finally see him in public, and you don't stand up and defend her. And dude slap you until you get on, and she just get in the car with him and just mob out. You gonna sit there the whole time at home?
That's not gonna happen because if a nigga slap me, it's gonna be a whole problem.
But I'm
Oh,
saying,
I literally seen that happen.
Like,
yeah.
nigga,
Slapped the nigga in front of his chick and then impregnated the girl. Probably still with her right now. My
You know what I'm
nigga.
saying?
My nigga.
You know what I'm
Made a
saying?
whole family about the scenario.
that's
You know what
nigga.
I'm saying?
Nigga, or nigga.
And the
Slapping
things
the
that we
nigga
talk
called the
about.
police too. We was at work. We was at work, but it's not. The job
I'm
is just
fine with
all
that. None of
thugs,
that
bunch of parolees and Africans. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga was talking that slick shit. He was talking some big shit too. My nigga said, "Nigga, pull up." Nigga slapped that
Yeah.
nigga in front of his girl.
Yeah.
And sent the nigga back out to work. The nigga came back with the police. I said, nigga, the girl is looking, nigga. You brought the police back?
Yeah.
I done came back with the 9 lease and gave him about 12 of them bitches.
But this is,
You can have
but just
all
like
these.
you said, is it worth it because the other person has some changed views about who you are because they didn't actually talk it out or they felt some kind of way. So it's unique situations, and I'm happy that we talk about it because this is the stuff that they would consider taboo. Because a man actually, this panel right here is actually talking about the things that affected and what we seen. And you know what I'm saying? Allegedly, I didn't seen a whole lot of this. I've been involved with a whole lot of this stuff you can imagine. And you know what I'm saying? From model types to adult industry types to any way you could do it. It's like, well, how in the hell did Nick Nass, Napoleons, whatever other names I got from state to state, you know what I'm saying, actually just walk it and just pull the native and the native and black girl, the Portuguese, you know what I'm saying, all these different scenarios, right? And the thing is, but it always was the underwrite where they come. It's like, what you call it? Is that your homie? Because he really trying to get at me. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm like, if something happened, then you're gonna be to the wolves or whatever. But I cannot offer you security and stuff if you out there like that. Offer yourself because you hinted towards you wasn't satisfied with whatever it was. Oh, you didn't put gas in my car, wash my car. You're not having me looking clean. But Bartholomew around the corner to do it. Go get him. But make sure if he's have anything to enter my house, make sure he got a pocket full of money because I'm gonna turn it to rabbit ears. Because I'm not going to prison.
Well,
I'm just gonna
what I
tax
would
him.
say, what I will say for me is that I've been on what I felt like was that side of the game where um, you first met me and shit, I was fly and sexy and you couldn't keep your hands off me and some more shit, but I'm also me. You know what I'm saying? Like once you get past all the fucking surface shit, the fucking uh, break your back type of shit and cute in public, and you got to listen to some of the shit that I'm saying and the way that I kind of run my program. If you're not fully on board, then I feel like I consistently lose my attraction. I start to look less attractive to the woman, and I don't think that it's any because I'm still me, right? Like I don't
Yeah.
change shit, right? I don't think that it's a physical thing. I think what it is that um, in those scenarios where I've experienced that, it was that she really didn't like me to start off with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like she liked the idea of me.
Yeah, there you go.
You feel what I'm saying? But the actual dealing with me is a whole different scenario, right? Because now you got to fucking listen. And most of the shit that you thought was wrong. You know what I'm saying? The good thing about me, and I always say this to chicks, they never listen. I am the most complicated man you've ever met, simplest to deal with. Because I come with instructions. And I'm like a fucking them old school Ken dolls where you pull the string in the back and the motherfucker just tell you what you need to know.
Yeah.
I just never can get women to believe that I'm telling the truth about me.
But they sit in the actions though, because and this is why I
Right.
said,
Boy.
And so that's what happens, right? Like, fuck what I'm talking about. You thinking I'm the Stacey Adams. Okay, you met me at a club, right? And I had on fucking Stacey Adams and a fucking silk summer suit, right? And boom, you fucking think I'm the Stacey Adams and silk summer suit nigga. But what I really am is the sweatpants and golf shirt and fucking baseball cap nigga, right?
period.
So now that's what you getting all the fucking time, right? Is that. But all you thinking about is the
The
next time you
magical
go to the
moment.
club,
Yeah.
right? Because that's when you get to see the nigga that you really like. You don't really like me. You like
Mm-hmm.
that version of me. You feel what I'm saying? But that version of me ain't showing up every motherfucking day. You know who's showing up every day? Baseball cap Mac.
This guy, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You feel what
And
I'm
that's
saying?
why I said, and that's why I was going back, Matt, because you know what I'm saying, because the how you mentored me, and I'm pretty sure that I mentored you too at a younger age, right? That this is the part that people don't understand because, like I said, at one thing, it was never a choice. We could have all these people around with we so-called friends, right? But it never was the part where it's the bargaining chip or Nick Nash flied and K-Mac, K-Mac flied and that. And then the next thing you know, it's a whole mixture of this in the punch bowl. And it's like the outside people, it's like, oh man, I wish I could be like, you know what I'm saying? Mac, K-Mac and Nick, because they got a whatever the scenario is. But you are perfectly right that wherever you see how I showed up and how we cut into it, do not have that false perception of this is the one that you get every day. We're not the life of the party all the time. We're not always turned up all the time. We're not because even as that, getting it on the go, you couldn't even handle that because it's gonna be a time it's like you're gonna talk yourself out of that. You're gonna speak it out into existence, all the discrepancies. But then you'll let the outside entities into your square. Because it could be one simple thing if a female was mad at you. That's why I don't like you, because you got toe jam. How I know, because you told me you have toe jam. And that's one thing he don't like. Then she'll come in with some sidebar conversation, stumping her feet while you in the kitchen. It's like, why you never told me about my toe jam? I know you seen it. It's like, what? Where did this shit come from? But Pam said it, and Pam said you was hinting towards it. And that is the destruction of, like you said, the family structure in relationship. Because they could simply go on Tenderizer or somebody say, I've been looking at you. What's your number? What's your DM? And it's like that. Because motherfuckers get bored quick. And you know, that's the other secret. Short
And
fuse
that
thing.
fact, stay
I'm just
single.
bored.
And that
I'm
fact, stay
bored with
single.
yeah. I'm just bored. I'm bored with you just coming doing the same repetitive thing every day. You go play golf, you go write a book, you know what I'm saying? This and this. And what about Chinese food? And you used to cook, you used to make that sauce. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a female over here look all skinny. Or dun 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 dun. With all your good cooking, you made me fat. You
No,
just want to take me off the
I'm
market.
laughing at I see Luana. All seven?
Exactly. All seven. Every time. Especially if she calling you on yours. Fuck, we just gonna call it then. We
Right.
You
just
know what I'm
gonna
saying?
call it then.
Because like look, because and I think it's not to my destruction, but I'm like, and I know for myself, I'm not boyfriend material. So with all your rules that you have from your previous things, you know what I'm saying? When that conversation comes, you don't even know how to differentiate that part. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm built to be in a sustainable relationship with communications and all the rest of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm gonna check all the boxes. I'm not gonna even let it get to that point because I'm overwhelming because like I said before, it's conversation where I hear, you know what I'm saying? And I came across these conversations recently. It's like, you too much of a man. You too attentive. Or what they call spoiling somebody. It's like, no, this is how I live my life. You know what I'm saying? This is how I live my life. Now, if you want to come into the life, and I actually take leadership, what I know that feel comfortable, because this is what you asking of me as a man. But anything different for to have any kind of emotional connection to a lot of stuff, I understand when it comes to physiology and stuff. But what the world is, can you pack up in 30 minutes and move this whole house? Or do we have excessive amount of things that you are attached to where you use that up for currency to keep me locked in? Because that's the other part that we're missing out, right? Because you have built yourself that much. So when it comes to the Claudia and the young dude, right? Is the bag gonna go? Is the part where her ego is struck because she got a name behind herself and all these other men um like her, but she gave all that up for you, or did she? Or did you give all this up for this guy? And how can the public eyes gonna look that we didn't make this shit work when we got all the ingredients and I got the recipe for all your shit? But the one time you left the gumbo on the stove in the hot outside, you didn't check the chip outside, and you had it open, and you go back to taste it, the gumbo is spoiled. And you're right, man. It's always gonna be spoiled. You can never get it back. You can't add water to it. You can't wash off the crab legs. You can't wash off the sausage and make another roux. It's done.
Well, she seems to be taking it in stride. I guess she's still trying to work it out with old boy. I
They had
guess
a good
that's what
start. They went. They went. They
couple
went to the concert
therapy
thing.
is.
I mean, we can go ahead and just shoot her a clip of the young podcast and let her know how you feel about her and shit. And maybe she'll consider some shit. You know what I'm saying? You come
Ain't
with
got to go
instructions,
through
my
all that.
nigga. Right, you
Right.
come with instructions, my nigga. So I mean, she may need a nigga who
And
come with instructions.
and
You
she
know
ain't
what I'm
got to
saying?
buy me no Jordans either. Yeah, I
None
heard
of
about
that shit. You know what I'm saying? No PlayStation 5s or 9s
no
or none of that.
PlayStations, no
Nigga get out
Jordans,
here and
none of
hustle
that.
for his own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but you know what? Look, and I gotta do it like this, right? Because
Fuck all that. You know what I
how
mean?
my mama would say, look, if the first five couldn't fix it, what make you think you can? You know what I'm
Because
saying?
nigga,
I
I'm a
was like,
different
Mama, you
breed.
cold.
I'm a different
You know
type
what
of
I'm saying?
motherfucker, man. I can make shit happen other motherfuckers
I
can't.
think the first four was looking for
Man.
the wrong shit.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
a different type of nigga, man. I can make shit happen. But other motherfuckers cannot. You know what I
And
mean?
because the thing is, I could say I'm arrogant because, you know what I'm saying? I'm a I'm a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You know what I'm saying? If the temporary problem is you and in your head and how you look things to be when the lights go out behind closed doors, none of that shit matters anyways. So and I'm brave enough to tell you that, call a spade a spade. That is bullshit. So if you keep on contributing more of your thoughts and action, if you don't actually look at yourself and build some self-confidence, not what the other niggas did to you or the other females did to us. Because if we had a voice without making it seem like you said, that we are suckers or simps or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you actually break it down to the very last compound, you could say you've been used, you occupied the time. What did you get from all that time? It's the lesson that I learned how to build myself and became spiritual aware and aware of this stuff. So if it's not too many people, and it's only really two times in life that you'll find the 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 the, the fit your criteria. But then you have to understand it's 1,000 things that they could be susceptible to if their mind is weak and their bond is not strong with you and God. You can have it all. You know what I'm saying? If they're not spiritually aware of all this stuff, they always think they could bank on getting it from somewhere else. And that's where the dysfunctions comes in. Because it's completely dysfunction. Everything can be going right all of a sudden, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be ashamed because the doctor told me I couldn't like listen up on the set. I feel like I'm like got dirty ants and stuff all over my face. Don't even look right. But it's a, and by image, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you fell all the way off. I gotta fight through that. You just let yourself go. You just
My
fell off with a
nigga,
bald head.
I ain't
You know what I'm
shaved in
saying?
a minute, and I still think I'm the sexiest, flyest nigga I know. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing when you go
Could
out.
just be me. I don't know.
Yeah. So,
I'm fly. I don't know what y'all had.
but like I said,
I don't
but
know what y'all talking about.
but I think my honesty really get me in trouble because they still say I'm a wild, wild man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I don't hold no punches, and my words could be hurting or be like, why you just gotta tell me the truth like that? Just like why you that
I think
be Wizard of
I think
Oz and hide behind the curtains.
no,
Ugh.
I think that is exactly that and what Auntie Lala was saying about you know, telling the chick what she needs to know about you up front. What I always say is there is no boilerplate cookie cutter fucking recipe for a relationship, right? Relationships are all different because of the variance of different people we're talking about and personalities and this, that, and the third. I think that the key to a great relationship or every relationship that I've had that have has um, been extended, like long relationships, have been because from the very beginning we both knew what it was. Like
Period.
all the bullshit was out the window, all the cards on the table. What you trying to do with your shit? Okay, well, this is what I'm trying to do with my shit. So how can we put this shit together and come up with a cool formula? Okay, this is what you like, this is what I like, this is what the boundaries are. Okay, this is what we doing. All right, boom, let's go. And as long as you operating within the rules of the fucking game that you created for you and your partner, you should be cool. But the minute that you start trying to play by somebody else's fucking rules, you
It's
know what I'm
over with.
saying? What your homegirl told you, this, that, and the third, or this nigga got this and his wife do that. So, your wife should be doing, nah, nigga, your
Excuse me.
wife do what y'all supposed to be doing.
Give
Yes.
me a second. Don't tap off.
Yeah.
I need
And,
5 minutes.
okay. But and see that's the thing, Mac, because you know, uh, you know, and that is the part where, like I said, because just personally, we had so many dynamics to a lot of the stuff and seeing stuff that people can't even where they ask for receipts these days. But it's like we're not going to interrupt nobody's life. But best assured, all of these things came into the play. Whether we had to go sit down for a little while, or the other person just wasn't strong enough because we're not trying to tell you to keep up the lie of the persona. If it's getting too much for you and you want to do something else, just tell me. Don't be afraid of your choices because you're not going to face criticism from me. I'm not going to badmouth you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the rules of engagement. That's been the universal law forever. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be independent. Everybody want to have free will. You got free will to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So you can never tell me that when I go to Texas, that I like to go to Papa Do's or go eat a shrimp po' boy sandwich and drink a red soda. But when you was at home, you got some kind of other idea about whatever's going on. But if that comes to me and the stuff, and you say, well, you don't ask me, and I could provide something similar instead of the real thing. See, that's the thing. You can provide something similar, but not the real thing. I'm gonna question your intentions. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're actually lying to kick it. You actually doing the action to say that you in survival mode. You trying to keep even the survival of our identity or what you thought the relationship was instead of what we said it was. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, like I'm saying, I'm I'm not gonna be alone forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find somebody to continue the life that's African American female and put it on there, and we still gonna build with that. You know, whether it end up, I don't have to be a contract. I'm gonna be sitting on an island somewhere, drinking coconut water and eating sea moss. I don't have to have my refrigerator full of all these things that we think we can have with no nutritional value. But my relationship has to be nutritional and everything. You know what I'm saying? And on like I like how you said, because right then and there, if I don't tell you about it right then and there, and you don't comprehend it, I'm not gonna say it's a waste of my time. I'm gonna be like, okay, if you want to keep on rolling with me, and the same as a man, if the woman's telling you right then and there, you know what I'm saying, what's going on without getting too egregious on shit, that you're not going out here catching 500 fish and be Moses is split the sea and shit. Although she would imagine that shit, but it's like, no, this is what you get right here. You're never gonna retrieve it. You can go find 10 other motherfuckers. That's something that an idea that you have in your head. And men too. Because what men say, I want to freak, I wanted to bust it down, bust it wide open, I'm gonna kill it, whatever. But you don't even say that in that, here comes the baby. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, oh, this is too much for me, and you vamp. I done seen dudes like that. That's not what I wanted in my life right now. I'm like, dude, you was just, yeah. So it's the lady's fault, dude. You know what I'm saying? That you was about to make a rap video or go to Paris or go on tour somewhere, be a roadie, but now you got to be faced with these next 6 months. Now your 5-year plan is fucked up. I ran across dudes like that. I was like, man, what are you doing? Well, who are you, Nick? I know that I'm not running away from responsibilities. And I have to accept that open relationship shit is the real thing. I would never say it like that. Maybe that's just the way I get down. Maybe I want the ownership of it. But, you know, it's a lot because when it comes down to it, a lot of that's going on right now. And I'm going to do the numbers on it. So you got me thinking right now. Yeah. Everybody, and there's a lot of these guys that want to be, what's that new thing? That polygamy kind of little thing? The woman is beautiful, whatever, but she have to bring that shit to you. She got to be comfortable. Everybody got to be comfortable in this shit. So that's kind of deep, man. So I hope out there in the streamcast world that I wasn't over talking, that I made sense.
Oh, nigga, I can't wait till we blow up, nigga, because I know our comments are gonna be like, nigga, really?
Right.
Because I don't know. Because you know that's the thing that I be getting hit with. You don't make. Because that's the thing. I'm not normal, and it don't make sense to just be to live free and free thoughts and be a builder, not a destroyer. So it don't make sense to people. It's unbelievable. You cannot be like that. You can't. You just can't be.
Being attractive. We just talking about being attractive in a relationship, bro. That's all.
Yeah, I'm always gonna be fly, like Peter Pan, forever young.
I know. I think sometimes I think there comes a time, if in the word Auntie Lala said was polyamory.
Man, there you go. That's one of them.
That's all you, Nick.
Yeah, one time.
Nick, you gonna have a that nigga's gonna have the epitome of what me and Shell say, right? He gonna have a 55-year-old and a 25-year-old.
Yep, they gonna be clearly apart.
Polyamory.
I flow in that world pretty good.
I bet you do, bro.
I
Bet
bet
you
you
do.
do.
You know what I'm saying?
But but like Max said, I'm trying to get into heaven. So
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're
No,
not.
you're not.
No, you're not. Fuck out of here.
This is hilarious.
you know what I'm saying? With all those that old Nick Nash is it can't be applied in these modern worlds right now where you just take care of the home
Man, we just
in the
heard you
female.
do an hour diatribe on some old Nick Nash shit. What are you talking about?
They don't
Again,
believe me.
in the comments. Really, nigga?
Yeah,
Right.
but the thing is, I got to show receipts. And how can somebody be um that mental fortitude and stuff and be that confident? But it's not confident. It's a
I think
fine
it's a lot.
symphony.
I think it's a lot simpler than how we making it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
A
it's
lot of
good
shit
to
is.
be fucking philosophical and theological and all these other different fucking thought patterns and shit, right? But the bottom line is, if it's just what Frank was saying, if your ass ain't fucking sticking and moving and recognizing, picking up, what the fuck is going on around you, all that shit about what you think a man should be and this, that, and what the test of time is said and whoop, whoop, and it's supposed to be this. All that shit is out the window, nigga, if your woman don't understand that. So it's really just about, recognizing when, you know, if you looked at the if you looked at your relationship like a fucking RPM meter, right? And shit, you rolling right about 4,000 RPMs, nigga. You in fucking fifth gear, smooth sailing and some more shit. You start punching that motherfucker down to about nine, or however many 2,000 RPMs or whatever and shit, right? Where you in that red, you in the red zone.
if
Mm-hmm.
you don't slap in it low,
You
you're gonna
know
blow.
you in the red zone, nigga.
Right.
And if that's your car, you gonna know, let me step off the gas a little bit, man, before I blow my motherfucking engine. Why we can't see that in our relationships?
Yeah,
You know when your shit is not, when the scale is not teetering on even. You know when that motherfucker is teetering on the, oh, it's some fucked up shit going on here. Why not address that shit right then, as opposed to what we always do is ignore it because we don't want to have the fucking argument, and that shit festers, and then you look up and shit, Sancho is looking a lot more juicy to your wife than you is, nigga.
yeah.
And
And
all
and
that shit about what she should have did and what, yeah, I'm out here working my fingers to the bone and providing the house and you're eating and you're warm and all that shit that you just said for an hour, nigga. Don't mean fuck.
I know
It ain't gonna
that.
mean fuck, nigga, if you're not paying attention to your fucking woman, nigga. Like, because what I'm saying is that I'm not saying, happy wife, happy life. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there could be things that's happening with you that you don't recognize. You know what I'm saying? That's making you a different you than the you that she fell in love with, than the you that she couldn't keep her fucking hands off of. It wasn't that she just got tired, nigga, all of a sudden. Nigga, it's only been 5 years. Fuck you mean she tired, nigga? She was 25 years, she 30 now, nigga. She ain't tired, nigga. She tired of you
Yeah,
and your same old shit, or the same old shit that she don't want to deal with. Right? And it might be just as simple as, she a young chick, nigga. She gets up and go walk them motherfucking stairs at motherfucking Santa Monica or wherever the fuck 3 times a week, and you sit on the motherfucking couch and shit with a beer and some fucking bowl of oatmeal playing the game. You don't think nothing is wrong with that. Feel what I'm saying? But she thinks everything is wrong with that. What I'm saying is, and this is what Frank was saying, nigga, you got to recognize that, damn, sitting on this motherfucking couch and not doing shit, it's kind of bothering her. Let me get my ass up off this couch and do something and then come back to the couch. You
see,
feel what I'm saying? As opposed to, why the fuck you fucking with me? You know this is what men do. Traditionally, men sit their ass on the couch. And if you don't understand that woman, you can get the fuck out and go get with Johnny down. Because that's what you sound like, bro.
yeah, but it's that is the part where personally I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? But the scenarios that would
I'm just
With
using that as an example. It
yeah,
could
yeah,
be anything that you don't think is wrong with you that your woman does.
and that's the thing because and this was this what I actually see, what I'm saying, that's going on in society part because now to to divide and diffuse the situation, a person like, well, why you sound like you always complaining? Like I hear that this between when I see people out here in the world, and it's like it becomes to complaining. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, every morning you get up, and I don't like smelling coffee in the morning when you wake up, and I'm like, well, damn. If that's part of the person's thing and the thing, well, you don't drink that coffee because now your caffeine level is up, and you just always going. Or you get up and play music in the morning, and that's why I say that it's a lot further behind when people don't realize the basic and simple thing. Like you said, it's easier than that. Communicate. Nothing don't have to always fucking be an argument. It could be a communication to hash things out. You know what I'm saying? And because I say that's one of the things that's, when I get into my next uh season, that's the one thing I promote. Always be on top of before you leave out of the house or in the morning for you in close proximity. We're not going to argue. We're going to talk things out on every key moment. If we have a phone, if we have communication levels, we're going to keep up on it if that's what you actually want. Or if you actually want an open relationship, let me know. If you get bored easy, if your self-esteem is low, and you think that I can fill your whole cup with all this shit, then I'm not just gonna lie to kick it, and I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm not a yes
Hey,
man.
Sharon.
I'm not a yes man, but I'm
Hey,
like, hey, I'm not qualified to do none of that shit that you're talking about. But I give it a shot, not just the simple fact to say I had experience with you,
What
but
I
I
would
need to
say,
learn some new shit.
what I would say is real simple. Did you see Jerry Maguire?
yep,
Movie Jerry Maguire?
yep.
Nick,
Yep.
remember the little kid
Mm-hmm.
with the glasses?
Yeah.
Remember, remember he was in the bathroom with Cuba Gooden.
Mm-hmm.
Cuba Gooden was in the bathtub and he was talking that shit.
Yeah.
And the little dude said, "You talk a lot." And what did Cuba Gooden say? He said, "Talking is the most primitive form." He said, "You're right, son. Talking is the most primitive form of communication." And that shit right there was so fucking profound and prolific, bro, because it kind of encapsulates everything that I'm saying to you right now about keeping yourself attractive to your woman. It ain't just about, oh, I see something wrong. Let's talk about it. Because a lot of times things, those conversations is not easy to have. And I think what Frank was saying was, you got to pick up on that shit and act on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, it ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, we figure out, bro, we from the streets. How much shit do we figure out just to make it home
There you
every
go.
day? And you can't figure out what's happening with your woman. I mean, to the extent even if it's something that you're not going to be able to accommodate, then that is when the conversation comes in. But if it's something that you're going to be able to do anyway, what the fuck you need to talk for?
There
You
you
know
go.
she needs
Actions
it
speak louder
done.
than words.
Check them boxes off to make sure at the very least it ain't you, nigga. Because
Yeah.
then you got something to talk about.
Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In any event, we got to the end of another hour and a half of a great one. Nick schooling us like a big dog.
Yes, sir. Hey, he dropped the jewel or two though. Throughout all of
Yes,
that,
he
he
did.
dropped the jewel or two though. And also, I want to say this. Shout out to the motherfucking good old authentic Southern California sounds of the streets. Because we got the ice cream man, nigga, we got sirens. It was a good
Yeah.
old Southern
Motorcycle.
California medley in that bitch today. Yes,
Yes, we
sir.
did. We
Yes,
had the
sir.
whole shit going on. The
Yes,
real
sir.
deal holy spill.
Yeah.
In any event, I want to thank everybody for joining us on Facebook and YouTube Live. If you joined us on the Facebook side of the game, jump over to the YouTube side, give us a sub over there. Always helps out. Also, if you catch us on either platform, oh, hey, Mama Nell.
Hey, I'm over
Hey,
there.
mama.
Hey.
Mama Nell was in shadows lurking, ready to give us the
Pounce.
business.
Right quick. Mama Piranha in the building.
Auntie Luana says she got a better look at Nick. Finally,
Love you, Auntie.
Hey,
Indeed.
And
If
also,
you
Auntie
jo-
Sharon, love you
thank you.
too. Can't just be loving one
Indeed.
auntie and I love the other.
If you joined us on the Facebook side of the game, jump over to the YouTube side and give us a sub. If you joined us on either platform on the replay, leave a comment that show up in real time. Y'all know who likes that. My boy Nick Nass is up at 3:30 in the morning, watching the replays, commenting right along with you. If you joined on either platform, jump over to the clubhouse. We have a room over there called the Piranha Pond. We very frequently make rooms and talk the same ish that we talk over here. Get an opportunity to come up on stage and give us your opinion about everything. Shout out to the mermaid who didn't make it in.
Yes,
She had
yeah.
a Zoom
Hey,
meeting on some business shit. Uh, you just know that we love you and we'll be looking forward to seeing you either in the clubhouse or back here live at 5 on Tuesday. In the meantime, in between time, y'all know what it is, what it has been, what it always will be. We are the Piranha Pond Streamcast live at 5/7 Central, and now we are